And we'll just give a minute or two for everybody to join. Hello, everyone. We'll just give another minute or so for everybody to join, and then I will introduce Kristen.
What's going on, darling?
Oh, hey. You look gorgeous today. I love that color on you.
Business on the top, like nothing going on the bottom. I got like workout pants and the dog's passed out. So I love Zoom just for this reason. I love doing these events.
I know I have, okay, so I have to show you. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see with my virtual background. These are the slippers I'm wearing right now. Just
awesome. Why not? I love it.
Well, let me go ahead. We can just go ahead and dive right in and get started. Let me introduce Kristen to you. So Kristen Crowley is a TV host, media coach, and brand expert. After spending 12 years as a news anchor, she took the leap of faith to dive into helping women turn their jobs into a business online. She created Reframe Your Biz with their business partner, Jill Bunny, to help build your brand's unique personality through a women's online network of courses and monthly training, which are really, really impactful. In fact, they're doing a mood board one tomorrow. Yeah. Kristen is also a certified personal trainer, mom of 2, and proud military wife who lives in Virginia with her 2 dogs as well. And I would like to say that she is my sister in business, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life. And she constantly reminds me that anything is possible. And as women, we are really powerful, and I thank her for that. So welcome, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Carmen. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Carmen's been a force in my life as well. Without her, and you all at this point know her tenacity in making you do something. So she was the one who really spurred my first event when I left the TV station. She flew out here, she supported me. She's been an incredible force in my life as well. So I'm very grateful to be speaking to you all today, because I know if you love her, you know, you are all my people. So I'm very excited about that. Carmen, can you turn on Make Me Co-host so I can share my screen too, please? So what we're going to run through today, for those of you who don't know, I'll introduce myself more when we get into the screen, is a little bit of marketing and media trends for 2021. I know most of you have your online presence. We all want to improve that. We all want to increase engagement, beat the algorithm, all the things, but there's a lot of core basics that we need to get back to before doing that. So I'm going to jump in and share a presentation. I did part of this in our group. So we have Reframe Your Biz, a brand builder network for women. We did this training kind of at the end of last year because we were really looking forward to trends, trying to plan ahead and get ahead of the game. So we wanted to kind of go through all of the things. So I'm going to get this in the mode here so I can get it. It hasn't been cooperating as much lately. So let me get in standard. There we go. And I'm going to open my chat too, because I want to get some feedback from you guys as we move through this. Really, I'm here for you today. I'm an open book. Carmen knows that. If you have questions about media, television, social media, any of it, I am here for you. There is no question that is off topic for me. So whatever you feel you need to ask or may pop into your head during this conversation, please let me know. And I'm so grateful for Danielle for doing that meditation prior to this, because I feel so much better now. It's so great. I love it. And it worked really well on my dogs because they're passed out. So we're good to go. All right. So let's jump in to marketing trends. So when we get into this is pretty much going to be good for all of you. I don't know exactly where you are all in your businesses or where you are at in your social media presence. So just keep me posted throughout this. Who I am, for those of you who don't know who the hell I am, I'm Kristen. I spent 16 plus years in television so far. I'm still a TV host. I've done commercials. I was a news anchor and a traffic reporter for 12 years at a CBS affiliate here in Virginia. I call myself a recovering news anchor because that's exactly what I am. Carmen was with me through the process of letting go of my labels and moving on from a career that was very, she's a news anchor. That's so cool, to, moving into a position that my husband doesn't even really understand what I do. So it was a big transition for me. We founded Reframe Your Biz out of that. And I think Jill is actually on here. So Jill's on here, my business partner with that. And we wanted to help women really change the way they looked at the fitness and wellness industry and treat it more as a business versus a job, and really get the credit you deserve. KC Media is just my brand that goes through online hosting events, emceeing, and WellFit Social, which is really the thing that got shot to hell last year when everything shut down. I got through one great event in January, and then it completely crushed all the plans for the rest of the year. I don't know how many of you feel that. It was very devastating, and we've done so much pivoting in the past year. It's been pretty rough for all of us. My background is actually in fashion merchandising. I was a visual merchandiser and designer for Lord & Taylor before I moved into the restaurant business. I was a bartender for 15 years, and then I went into TV. So again, any questions you have on any weird things in life that pop up, I got you. I did get my certification for personal training, mainly as just an educational purpose. I don't train people. And then my two humans, my two pups, and my husband retired from the Navy. So now we are living the business life together. So we both have our own companies, which is great. So today, I hope your takeaways are going to be going over those top trends, how you really need to start showing up more online and on social media, and how brand personality is truly the key to winning online right now. And this is going to be a big one that we have really, we pivoted again this year in our group of teaching women, because brand personality and the way that you present yourself online and speak authentically to yourself, you've heard that several times today. If you're not tuned in and speaking in your own language, if you're following someone else's blueprint and you're, to make a sale, you need to say this, this, and this. And to make a funnel, you need to have this, this, and this. If that doesn't feel good to you, it's not going to work. And it's just a waste of your money. And we hated seeing women wasting money. So brand personality is a big key we're going to talk about today. So I want to get to know you guys a little bit on this. Social media wise, where would you call yourself as far as, we're going to say influencer. Influencer is not a bad word, you guys. It is not. Are you in the, under 500 people, between that 500 and 1,500 follow people online that you converse with? Are you in the more 5,000 range, over 10,000? Put it in the chat for me so I get a better idea, at least, of how to help you guys the most that I can. And I think most of us are going to fall into that around 1,500 range for a lot of people. And that seems to where a lot of us get to and we get stuck, right? Because we all get to that one number and we're stuck. My account, to make you guys feel better, has not grown in a year and a half. So please don't think that growth on your account has any indication of how you're doing online. I've lost more people than I've gained, and that's because I've changed my brand voice, and I'm not the TV chick anymore in the tight dresses. I'm actually Kristen, who is providing business information. So I lost a lot of male followers, which was, thank God, happened, because I was over it, and I don't want them on there anyways. So everybody's, in that 500 to 1,500. It's very, very, very easy range. Bethany, 65, that's still great. That's still more people than you could fill an event with right now. So be proud of that. The thing is these are the keys of being a micro influencer is so much more important now than it ever has been. And mega influencers, the people who have the 500,000, the 1 million plus accounts. And I have friends who have those accounts, and they're lucky if they get 1% of people to show up for them. And that's why brands are really going away from that. And they will interact more with a community member, which when you're on social media, using those local hashtags of your city, and where you're at, is really going to help you gain some interest from maybe some local people to partner up with. So if you're a micro influencer, using those local hashtags is going to save you right now. And it's going to show, you're going to show up on their feeds, because trust me, they're looking for you at this point. The other thing about being small, it gives you more engagement overall. The bigger your account becomes, the more Instagram punishes you. So Jill and I had a conversation about this the other day. The higher your account becomes, they know that you're getting brand partnerships and they know you're getting paid to post. So they are charging you to run and boost ads. So the smaller your account is actually in your benefit, because it's going to perform better in the long run than someone who has hundreds of thousands of followers. So when we put that into perspective, it definitely makes you feel, a lot better, in the sense of you don't have to have that to succeed online. So this is what's going to be big in 2021. These are 6 key points that I want to touch on today. And if you guys have questions on any of these, I'm leaving a lot of time at the end for just open discussion, because not really a scripted person. I never script anything. So this is just, we're just going to have fun with it. The biggest thing is authenticity. And I know Carmen preaches that day in and day out. If you are not authentic, it ain't gonna work, sis. You need to just turn around and go home. Like, it's just a waste of your time. If you're showing up as someone who's just putting on the facade, it is just a waste of time. So people can feel that now more than ever. Educators, customers, they are more intelligent than they've ever been because they see so much input every day. So they know if you're being genuine or not. Building relationships is going to be the big key. Video is still huge. It is still the biggest thing that you need to be doing. Although I don't know, is anybody on Clubhouse yet? If anybody's been on Clubhouse, Carmen's on there. If you are in Clubhouse, drop in the chat. You can find me at Kristen Crowley. So if you can get on there, come say hi. We're creating a little women's group in there too, so we can have some open conversations about this very topic, which is video. So Clubhouse is an audio only app, and people are loving it because they think it's, fabulous. It's like a live podcast. You don't have to show your face. It takes some of the anxiety out of it. So people are really digging it right now. So it proves the point that video is not the only thing. Like, this audio only app has taken over. So it doesn't mean video is the end all. It just means that it is the greatest key to engagement and algorithm right now in social media. So video in itself, I know most of you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love doing videos? I know Carmen loves it. You don't count. Carmen doesn't count. You can't raise your hand for anything in this conversation. You do it all already. I'm very comfortable on video, but I still don't do it just because of the time. It's stressful, right? We all, like, God, I don't have time to create this. Yep, 4.5, that's great. Most people are under their number one hurdle. That's a great thing too. 7, oh, that's great, Lisa. That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people really struggle with video, and we found that in our group of women as well. It is very, it's anxiety driven. It sucks. To make you guys feel better, I completely sucked at television. I mean, I was horrible for the first time I was on there. I was shaking so bad. I almost vomited for 3 weeks straight when I got my job. But I knew it was something I loved. I just was getting in my own way of becoming better at it. So once I let go and I was like, you know what, people only see you for a few seconds. They'll drop the judgment. We're so short. We have the attention span of a gnat. Nobody's going to remember your little mistake 30 seconds later. Once I let go of that, I became a much better presenter on television. I became much more natural. So trust me, I had stage fright until I was 27 years old. So I've had to get over the stage fright to do that job. I had way too many people tell me to do it. So I said, okay, I'll try it. And my thing is just keep doing something till you're not afraid of it anymore. So that's what I did. And I ended up lasting for, over 15 years on television, which is a point to prove. You don't have to be great at it to start. You will get better as you go through and you learn. Yeah, that's awesome. So this is a big one, is just video, multi-purposing it, content. We could talk about that later. Diversity, obviously, and inclusivity, huge topic. Black Lives Matter for the past year has been a huge topic, and getting your brand integrated in, promoting diversity. If it doesn't fit in your brand, you don't have to worry about it. It's not something that should stress you out, but it's a conversation you should be open to having and see how you can work it in throughout the year, because there will be times that you need to really look at things from a sensitive matter. And we just need to be better at that. It's just being aware of how we present ourselves to be as inclusive as we possibly can. I know we all preach, be your niche, like, screw them if they don't want to be there, but there is a nice way to do that, a professional way to do that, and make people feel inclusive. Virtual events are still great. We're in one today, right? We put this slide together before this was, so I didn't even know I was doing this event with Carmen at first. They're affordable. They have a great reach. We can all sit here in our PJs and, it's fabulous. They're not going anywhere. Nothing's changing yet. Most of us are still in lockdown. It sucks ass. There's nothing we can do about it. So we're going to be in virtual events for a while. Finding a way to use that in your own business by just creating something fun and simple like this, like today. It doesn't even have to be this many, it could be just you for 30 minutes, having some people join you, find a fun topic that's interactive. We just started doing that in our women's group too. So Carmen said, we're doing a strength-based mood board training tomorrow because we decided to do pop-up webinars for 2021. Why the hell not? It's fun. It's only, it's cheap. People can afford it. You pop in, you do a webinar, you get some knowledge, and, it's just a way to keep people engaged and keep moving forward until we can get back to regular events again. And influencer marketing, which I touched on, you're all micro influencers. So take advantage of it. Reach out to brands, reach out to your local, networks, reach out to your local business networks, local businesses you love and support, and ask how you can support them. The easiest way to get collaborations is to ask and just reach out genuinely. I use your product. I love it. Can I help you tell some other people about it? And more than likely, they're going to just say, sure, I'll send you some stuff. I've received a whole package the other day from Vital Proteins. I don't even work with them. They got my address. They asked if they could send some new product. I was like, sure. I don't work with them at all. I don't have an agreement with them, but I've used their product in the past and tagged them. So I just got a crap ton of protein upstairs that I get to try before it goes to market. So you never know when you're going to get those opportunities. So don't be afraid to reach out no matter how small you are. And this is the fun one, micro blogs. This is back. We got away from blogging when we really went hardcore into video and Instagram about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Blogs are really starting to take off again because obviously media, a lot of people are getting sick of watching the news all the time. So they're searching for different content online. This is a fabulous way for you guys to get all your crap done at once. Put it on your website, drive track of it to your website from all of your social media platforms, get your SEO cranking. And it is really something that will live forever. So make sure you take that into account when you're creating content for that. So this is a lot, and I go over a lot whenever I do anything. So I know this is going to be a lot of stuff. So where you just need to start right now is just fine-tuning your brand's personality. The number one key last year we said was going to be our year. 2020 was going to be the best year ever. We were all going to own it. We were all going to kick ass. Obviously, some of us still did well, but it wasn't what we expected. So now is the time to really show up and fine tune your brand personality so you can start showing up online, nailing down services and offers. More confusion is only going to add to the mess and the clutter online at this point in your business. So if the more you can fine tune and get back to really the root of what you want to do and who you're going to help, that is what's going to make a big difference right now in you actually converting people online with your offers and then seeking out that target audience. So like I said, creating real relationships. The differentiator of this year over last year, we felt there was all this abundance going into 2020 and all these people were going to be there and social media was growing. And then it just became so drowned in all of this noise because everyone was there that we didn't find the people we were looking for. So it's really getting back to grassroots, honestly, and going old school and connecting with people one-on-one is going to be your big champion of the year. And video itself, this was an interesting number that I just pulled online, was 85% of internet users watch video daily. So 85% of them, whether that be YouTube, IGTV, Reels, whatever it may be, that all accounted into this number. So how much video, if you looked at your social media right now, what percentage of video are you guys doing? 5%, 10%? What would you say, honestly? Because it's just us on this call, so you don't have to. I want to see it in the chat. So tell me what your numbers are. And I can tell you that I probably do maybe 5 to 10% of video. See, and Carmen's great and she nails video and it's still not as much. 5, see, and we're all going to be in that range. Isn't that crazy? We all hear it every day that we should be doing it more, but none of us do it. So I know, and it's hard to, go through it 50%, but that's great. That is amazing, Danielle. This is just, video itself, and it does depend what your business is based on. We don't have to make video hard. We can repurpose a lot of the stuff we've already done. So even if you have short videos of you showing something in your business or showing a product, you can easily put that into a reel without doing anything. You don't have to do any work and repost it and see how that starts performing for you. So if there's any of your posts that you could make into a reel or into something that's video based, even if it's moving pictures, could perform a little bit better for you. So it's worth trying. These are things where this is going to be the year of experimenting just a little bit. Of course, I am big into branding and marketing. I've been in it my entire existence as far as aesthetics and how things look. So, good design still does matter. I know we show up on calls sometimes in the messy bun, not put together, and that is fine. I am not against that. I have done that. But when you can, you want to show up as professionally as possible online. There still is this is my favorite, is from RuPaul. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the master classes online. RuPaul's number one thing, even though RuPaul is this amazing drag queen, is to show up wearing a suit, because no one's going to take you seriously unless you show up like what you want them to perceive you as, and you're really just putting it back on the person. It's not a reflection of you, and they don't love you and they don't respect you, but we all are first impression type people. So if we see something and we instantly don't perceive it as professional or something that could help us, we tend to tune it out and disregard it. So just putting yourself out there in a good design matter. And this doesn't, again, have to be a perfect process. It just means eye-catching designs. So when you can throw in content that is branded, on brand, whether that be you're wearing your brand colors, you're in front of something fun. These are just some images we pulled off here, that we had some from our page, a few that caught our eye. So I literally went through Canva, scrolled until a picture caught my eye, and I put it in this frame. So these are the things that you are kind of that eye-catching content. And not that this has to be, again, every post that you do, but maximizing these posts to make you look professional and look like an authority is going to help you come across as more of an authority figure with your clients in general. So we have a gift for you as well, which is going to be the media interview checklist. This is something that, how many of you on here have done any form of media, whether it be television or someone's podcast, or even on their IG, like you've done a live with someone? Let me know. I want to see. Various. Okay, Carrie, that's awesome. Awesome. So a good percentage of you have, which is fabulous. That is great. Awesome. Well, so this is what this was designed for, because every single one of you that is on here has some type of story or some type of knowledge to share with the general public that could help someone during this time. The media is open to anyone, big, small, experience, no experience, to submit stories and to submit ideas to help other people. The easiest free way for you to get seen by people in your community without spending any money is a free media appearance, podcasts, IGTVs, and news, local news. That was my world for 12 years. I booked guests for 12 years. We had everyone from a second grade teacher who had never done television before to a cook who had been working in a restaurant and had never been in front of a camera, all come on and offer something of value to our customers. Therefore, they gained airtime of anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, which typically costs about $1,000, $1,500 for an advertiser to pay for. So free media is out there if you are willing to go grab it. It is one of those things that I encourage everyone to take, again, a leap of faith on, because you never know when that possibility will happen. I was with Carmen when she got got through her first TV interviews, which have turned into this great relationship. And it's just a way to help you get through it. There is a lot of fear behind it, yes, because it is video based, but there are very different ways to do media. So it's not always live. And in the power of today, most things are done via Zoom or recorded, so they can be edited. So that takes a lot of the fear out of it. But if you are passionate about something that you want to get out to the public, or your topic or your expertise, this is a fabulous thing for you to start working on for 2021. Don't get discouraged. People work on PR and media for years and don't obtain a lot of coverage. They pay people, average PR agencies get paid about $1,500 to $5,000 a month to email for people, like on a weekly basis, trying to get them spots. This checklist that we put together is everything that I used when I booked people that I wish they all knew. So there's quick tips in here. It's really easy. It's for magazines, podcasts, and television. But the one thing I want you guys to take away from this is the checklist, because I know all of you can partner up with someone else, even on this call, to do some type of collaboration, whether it's a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live. What you're not taking into account is protecting yourselves. I see a lot of people go into interviews blindly with people they don't know because they want the attention. And then that person takes advantage of them or misrepresents them or takes their image and their information and uses it to promote their own products. It happens all the time. This checklist is very, very simple, but it's a lot of things that we encourage our ladies to use no matter what they're doing. If it involves another party, it's not a contract, but very similar to the fact you can go through a checklist and say, okay, how are you promoting this? Where are you using my name and image? Do I need to promote this at what time? Who's logging into whose accounts? Very simple things that get overlooked in the excitement of media and getting attention, that we tend to put ourselves out there in a very dangerous way. So this is to protect you guys more than anything. So Carmen will be sending out the link for you to download this, from Jill and myself. It is very, very easy to follow, and it's not going to take you too much time to get through it. We made it really simple, but the checklist, please save it. Use it whenever you have something coming up that involves another party on any type of media, and it will save your ass eventually, because you could get burned very badly if you don't have that in place. So find me online, because I'm happy to talk about all of this so much more, but I want to leave plenty of time for Q&A for social media and media questions. So this is my easy contact information. It's Kristen Crowley or at Reframe Your Biz, both of our pages. So I'm going to get out of this because, again, I'm not a big screen share person. I want to actually see you guys and talk to you. So we've got plenty of time to go through any of your questions. So I would love to open the floor. And Carmen, if there's anything that you want to talk about now, this is the free time. This is my completely non-scripted.
I think people miss out on sometimes is a niche. So, they want to help everyone. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, that has been hard for me. I'm going to say that's very hard for me. I am an over giver. I try and help literally everybody all the time, and I don't want to offend or upset anyone. I don't know if anybody else feels that way with their audience. My way to overcome that is, you can stay in your niche without being an a-hole. Like, there is a way to do it. And there's because I think a lot of us assume you have to be super polarizing to attract your niche. And I don't think that's true at all. I just think it's speaking in a language that's authentic to you, answering questions in a way that's authentic to you, and not being afraid to push the people that are not fitting into your bubble out of it. I delete and block people daily. If it's a guy that follows me, I just block them. I don't need them on my page. I don't want them there. They're not going to buy from me. They're not going to fit into my products. They're never going to help me in anything in life. So why do I want their energy on my page? So I've become a big fan of blocking. Niches are individual to what you do. It's very hard to pinpoint, but the more specific you can be, at least on that ideal person that you're trying to help, and really what their fear and pain are. I know Tiffany Carter, we all love Tiffany. She always says you have to give people what they want, not what they need. So people say you think they need me to help them in this one step of their diet, or they need me to help them get to the next step of business. They're not going to respond to that at all. If they want something, they want freedom. They want to have more time with their family. They want to feel good. Those are the things that we focus on to really nail down our niches that we work to. Even in Reframe Your Biz, we promote it as for wellness and fitness women in business. Now, we do try and keep it all women, but anyone in business can be on there. It's not like it's, there's nothing that's proprietary to wellness and fitness businesses that differs from someone else. But we do that because we're trying to attract that type of person. We want people who are, most people, wellness, fitness, nutrition-based people do go after their goals. They do want to live a better life, and they do want to do things for themselves. So we picked that market very specifically for our niche for that reason. And it was more for marketing purposes, really than for, alienating anyone. It was more that we would be seen in the group that we really felt connected to the most. And that's our people. We're in the fitness space. So that's who we can relate to the most when it comes to struggles in their business. So that's how we narrowed ours down, was really just who we can relate to.
Okay, who else has a question? I know, Kristen, you talked about passion, like if you're passionate about something, then go and talk about it in media. And I think that was a tip that you had shared with me, was the way to get over fear, one of the biggest ways and the way to be confident is to talk about what you know about and what you're passionate about. Don't try to like recreate the wheel or talk about something you're not passionate about.
No, this is 2 tips for overcoming anxiety when it comes to video in general. A couple of the biggest tips that I was given when I started, because again, I sucked. I was absolutely horrible. The first commercial I ever did, you guys, was a really cheesy mattress commercial for a local mattress store in Virginia. And I was shaking so bad that they had to shoot the commercial with me standing behind the bed because I was visibly shaking that badly. Um, my only saving grace is I can talk a lot. So I could memorize scripts, and that's why I was hired. So I could memorize scripts because I was in the restaurant business. I was a bartender, so I could remember 8 people's 3-course meals, and go put it into the computer. So I could remember a script, and it was definitely eye-opening for me to realize like that other people, like I thought I was hiding it pretty well, honestly. Like, we all think, oh no, I can make it through this. Nobody knows. I wasn't hiding it because my body was physically revolting against the fact that I had to speak in front of a camera. And so they put me behind a bed, and I shot the first commercial behind a bed with my hands like, kind of just in front of the bed. It was horrible. I've got to find it. It was terrible. But from that point, I slowly got used to it. And then when I got into television, I got thrown into television too. I was a bartender. One of my bar customers actually said, "You need to do TV." And I was like, "Screw you, I'm not doing television." And they put me into this, I'll call it an audition for the job that I had at WTKR. They sent me in a room with 44 people, all had journalism backgrounds. I was the only person who was not in journalism or media. And I just said, I'm going to stand here and I'm just going to talk. And I'm going to just I know them forever. So I made it through, obviously got my job. But when I got in the newsroom, I didn't know what to do either, because I didn't go to school for this. I wasn't trained for this. So I finally had a couple nice people that wanted to help me and weren't being total jerks about me being there. And they said 2 things. They said, one, when you're delivering any type of information, we don't want to make people feel stupid, but we also want to keep it simple and dumb it down. People don't resonate with big words. They don't resonate with you trying to sound educated. They just don't. They'll tune off really quickly. They enjoy you speaking to them like a family member. So what I was told was to picture you giving directions to your grandmother. How would you tell your grandmother to get to the store from your house? It would be very simple. You'd speak a little slower, you'd calm down. So I always pictured like an elderly lady in the camera, if that makes any sense. And that kind of calmed me down a little bit. The other thing was and this is what I told Carmen after years and years of booking guests, you guys are all, obviously, you're here for a reason. And you obviously are passionate about the business that you're in. If you are speaking about something that you're passionate and you love, there is no way you will ever, ever fail at speaking about that. You will never get it wrong. You're not going to make a mistake because you love it, you know it, you live it, you breathe it. So when you're on air and someone asks you a question about whatever it may be, nutrition, meditation, you're going to know what the answer is. So why are you denying yourself that level of success because you're just a little scared of a camera? Which, again, you've seen the remix videos of the people who say stupid things on TV, right? You're not gonna, if you talk about something you love, you're never gonna be that person, because you're speaking about something that really you truly understand. So don't go on trying to just to go on and speak about a different topic because they need someone. You speak on what you know, and I promise you, if not, you, like seriously, if that happens and you don't get it right, like I have to do something for you. But you won't get it wrong. You truly will not. All right, I know we have some questions in here. How many takes do I honestly do to record a video? It depends on the video. That is a really good question. Um, it really depends on the type of video that I'm trying to do. I can tell you right now, if you go into, okay, so our YouTube, I'll use this example. Jill and I have a YouTube, Reframe Your Biz. You can go look at the videos. All of those videos were shot in one take. I did edit out any curse words or us like being stupid or laughing. I will edit it out for time. But those are all shot in one take because I think conversations have to happen naturally. And the more scripted and edited they are, people, again, they can totally tell. So those, yes. Um, Live TV, I'm used to live, so I can't really, that's not fair for you guys because I can do an entire presentation in one take all the time. But if it's something for Fitposium, Carmen, I'll use this example. Fitposium is the fitness conference that we go to every year in Arizona. We had to submit this year a video talking about ourselves and for the video. And that I redid that 5 times because I was overthinking it and I was trying to sell myself. I think if you just really stop giving a crap, like I say, stop giving a fuck, but whatever, you will do much better because you're yourself. And that is the key to all of it. And I honestly was not a good newscaster for about the first 5 years. It really wasn't until I stopped caring what people thought of me because they were very cruel to me. And I had a lot of very cruel emails. And so I was very self-conscious about every move I made and everything, like that I was perfect and my dress wasn't wrinkled. And once I stopped caring, it really, that's when I excelled at video much better. So you really just have to, and if not, just drink tequila till you're ready and then just go for it. Cause that's another thing that works great for me. I almost was drinking today, but I decided not to. It's been a year, y'all. It's been a year. Um, all right. So next question, Carrie's. You're in marketing, which I saw during your presentation, which was fabulous. All of us are sometimes when you're trying to grow your own platform, not doing it for others, you're too in the thick of it and overthink it. What would you be your top picks to kicking growth? So like I said, my growth has not happened on social media. I can help other people again, same way all day. I am very crappy about doing it for myself because I do overthink it. I do think planning out your social media in a like more of a pillar or a grid program for your own self is probably the hardest thing most of us do not do. We see other people doing it and we're like, yeah, they got, okay, it's easy. And then when we sit down to do it, it's like brain lock. I like to use just post-it notes. I'm a huge post-it note person. I love to put all my ideas on them and then I like to create columns under them. So let's say it's a certain topic. I'll create 3 or 4 or 5 things under that topic. And then, as I post them, I'm an organic poster. I post my things, I write them out every morning. Which, I know a lot of people plan ahead. I just like to post in the moment because my mood could not match my IG that day. And I just don't want to see it all day. So I post in the morning what I'm feeling. So if I use a topic, I either just take the post-it note and throw it away, or I have it in my phone notes where I have tons of quotes. And sometimes I'll just go through and see what resonates. Photo wise, I have a brand folder in Dropbox, which is just all of my branded photos that I can use for social media. I have that available all the time. Even later, the social media app, you can at least organize photos in there for free and you can see them in a grid. If anybody cares that much about aesthetics, I honestly don't, because I don't think anybody cares as much anymore. But that is the hardest. The other thing is, and I am so guilty of not doing this, which is probably why I have not seen as much organic growth, is going and reaching out to other people. I think we stay within our circle, we stay within who's following us, and we stay on our own page. If we don't dedicate at least 30 minutes to going on to someone who ties into our business's Instagram and going to their people, we're really wasting our time on social media. And I'm going to say I waste 3 hours a day. I'm not going to lie. I waste a ton of time on social media. I could be doing much more. But following the post of either like 10-5-5, or a lot of people do 30-30-30, where it's, 30 minutes, 30 accounts, 30 comments, or, 10 accounts, 5 follows, 5 comments. So you have to be following people every day, at least 1 or 2 new people to get anyone to follow back. And you can go back through and delete your, if you go into Instagram and look under your account, guys, you can see least interacted with when you go under people following you, and just go and delete them all. Because if they're not if it's someone that you're not interacting with, then you can go back and take them out. But it is hard. I think we're all guilty of it. I'm much better of helping all of my ladies go through and do stuff than I am for doing it myself. So the growth is hard right now, you guys. It is. But hashtags, you know, geolocating stories, that's the only way to really get seen outside of your immediate circle. And if you're not out there trying to get them, it's like fishing in the same spot every day. You're standing on the beach fishing. There's no fish by the damn beach. Like, you have to get in a boat and you have to go drive 10 minutes and go find some fish. So if you're not doing that, it's our own damn fault. To put it bluntly, and I know it's my fault too. That's why I can say that. We've grown the Reframe Your Biz account a little bit faster because it is so service oriented and we're putting facts out every day. So that does help as well. And I have another point on teases in just a second, so I'll come back to that. Carmen had the email list versus audience on social media and CRM email providers. So for ours right now, we use Kajabi for our courses. We made a decision to invest in our CRM in that way, only because, again, I know how bad I am at keeping track of things. I'm a creative person. I am not an organized person. Jill is my organization of the business. I am the creative, kind of everything is in stacks everywhere. Notes are all over the place person. Kajabi, I love. It is more expensive. You can get the same type of system set up in a WordPress account for probably about $200 total for life. We spend $1,900 a year on ours. So Kajabi can be a very costly thing to use, but I do love it because everything is in one. We can tag, we can retarget, we can set a zillion automations, which makes my life easier. And for course creation, it is fabulous. Not gonna lie, we've created 3 courses in there already. I love it. And it's easy to pay, cancel, subscribe, have monthly memberships. That's why we decided on it. We still have MailChimp as a backup because I am old school and I like everything backed up. So we have MailChimp that we send all of our emails and Kajabi to the third party server as well. So we have it saved on MailChimp. But if you have a WordPress site, you guys, who has a WordPress site? Anybody? Carmen does. Everybody else Squarespace or Wix? For the most part, I'm gonna guess, yeah. If you need a website, please send me a message. We have a website that's a WordPress site that is really cheap, and it's a beautiful little template that we use. And if you have WordPress, you can create courses in WordPress the same way you create in Thinkific and all the other course creators. The plugin is $99 and you own it for life. That's all you'll ever pay to create the exact same courses you're paying $29 to $159 a month for in other platforms. So if you are a big course creator, doing that plugin in WordPress will save you a crap ton of money. And you can also set up your systems in WordPress to feed back to MailChimp or, Constant Contact, any of those things that you want to use. I love systems, so I can go through that all day. Flowdesk, yes, I did try Flowdesk for the emails. It is so beautiful. But again, I'm not going to spend time doing it. So we didn't switch over because we already had everything implemented. So it's kind of what makes your life easier, I guess, so to speak. And then, yeah, Wix and Squarespace as a website thing overall for you guys. You never own that site. So unless you have a WordPress site, you don't own it. So if Wix or Squarespace ever shuts down, your site is gone. So just keep that in mind as you grow. It's great. I have one for my personal KristenCrowley.com is Squarespace, but our new Reframe Your Biz website is WordPress. And the WordPress site costs me, with the template and everything designed, $180 a year. And my Squarespace is $240. So it saves me more money and it's more secure. So we switched. I'll probably switch mine over at some point. But if you, have questions, again, just let me know. I did not want to go to WordPress at all. And I got converted, and I'm very glad that I did, because it's worked out pretty well for us for creating the systems we have in place now. So that was a good one. And then Carmen's, yeah, is it building a personal brand, even if you don't have a business? Yes. You are your brand. Your business is your brand. Everything you do reflects your business. Unless you have an account that literally has nothing to do with your name, like your Nike or your Apple, you have to be the brand behind your business. And branding is so much more than just the pictures. It's way more than the pictures. It's your brand voice. It's your personality. Right now, we're going over, competence versus warmth. Are you a more competent person, or are you a warm person in your business? The goal when you're a good brand is to have those two things meet in the middle. Most of us, I could say probably every single person on this call, if you did the questions we ask, you're a warm person. We all are. And we speak warmly. We react warmly to people. Competence is being authoritative. I would say Carmen probably owns a lot more of that in the way she comes across online. And we're all different. That's the beauty of branding. There's not one way that's right, not one side that's right. But people who are really good at it learn to merge those things together, and they have this cohesive brand which represents warmth and competence on an equal level. And that's kind of what we're doing right now in our course this year is brand competence and personality. And it's definitely fun. There's a lot of psyche that goes into it, so it's a lot of psychological based things, reasons why we do things and why people react to them certain ways. So we like brain science in our group. So it's very, very fun. And then favorite systems, apps, and tools. Like, again, I am so old school, you guys. I love shiny objects. I'm going to be like my grandmother, like an 89-year-old Italian woman in a casino at some point, like chasing shiny objects because I love them and I will touch everything, but I don't use them because it's a waste of time. It pulls me off the platform. And I don't have that much time to be trying everything that some influencer says is the next best editing app. They're all the same. There is nothing proprietary with these new apps. So personally, the only things I use every day, Dropbox to organize all my photos. Canva is my life. I design everything in Canva known to man. I am in there every day. I am obsessed with Canva. Tomorrow's mood board webinar, all done in Canva with templates, like obsessed with Canva. And that's where I created our Reframe logos. I've created both of our logos for our company. I've created all of it in there. Love that thing. The only thing I will spend money on is Canva. That's the one app I actually pay for. And then Snapseed is my favorite photo editor. It is literally the best. All the other ones, I mean, again, guys, they're all fairly similar. Snapseed has been around for years. It's tried and true. It doesn't lock up. It doesn't shut down. It doesn't delete my shit when I'm halfway done editing it and then it freezes. And then Instagram, my Instagram app. So daily, those are probably the three things I'm on all the time. So I store everything in Dropbox or Google Drive. All of our stuff for our courses is stored in Google Drive. So again, you don't have to pay for really anything out the gate. Like, you really honestly don't. You don't have to pay for all these systems, even email. I mean, you can use free emails like MailChimp and landing pages in MailChimp until you get to a certain level. And then you have to pay. Yeah, Snapseed's a free download. So it's all one word. And yeah, so easy. I love it. And it can do lighten. It does everything in there. For me personally, I can tell you I spend $52.99 a month on Adobe. And the only thing I use in Adobe is Adobe Premiere Pro for video editing. I don't use any of the other apps. I don't use Lightroom. I don't use any of them. I don't use Adobe Photoshop. And I pay for all of it. Snapseed is way easier and it gives me the exact same damn thing. I mean, it's social media. We're not printing magazines, you guys. The quality doesn't have to be that great when it comes to editing. As long as it's clear and it's a crisp photo, it's fine. Yeah, keep it simple. We do that all the time. Keep it simple. That's like our biggest motto. But yeah, obviously I could talk about creative stuff all day long too. That's why I was very lucky being in a creative job before I went into television. So I actually designed the mannequins, the store windows, and the design. That's what I did. So I love anything that has to do with aesthetic and branding. I'm very excited. So let's see. Yeah, it is. And less stress in general this year. I mean, I can tell you guys, like this week, I have been in the worst funk. I feel like shit. Like, I don't feel good. I feel bloated. I feel like inflamed. I've been trying to eat well. I still give myself stuff that that I enjoy, like sake and sushi and, tequila. but I've been trying to be better. But we're just, just adding more crap to your plate right now is not going to serve your business. It's just not. It's such a waste of time. And I get very defensive for my friends, and Carmen knows this, when I see people online taking advantage of women in particular, because they feel women can be taken advantage of in business so much more. When I see people going after and charging people outrageous amounts of money to do things, or promising them things like the money in 30 days, like that is our biggest pet peeves. Anybody that comes to us to work with us that wants that kind of thing, they're not our people. We don't work that way, and I cannot stand it. So I get very defensive. We had one of the women in our group who her highlight covers on Instagram. She had a girl charge her $500 to create her little highlight covers for Instagram. And she thought that was normal because she didn't know any better. And it was a friend, it was someone she knew. And she was like, no, it's because they're metallic, and the metallic costs more money to design. And I was like, bitch, get in Canva. I've recreated that in 10 minutes. I recreated all of her highlight covers for her in 10 minutes. And I'm like, you paid $500 for this. And I'm like, and that's so, if anything, avoid the overwhelm and listening to everybody out there right now. Like, find your people. Carmen's group, like, she's incredible. Like, love them hard, listen to what they have to say, get real feedback, and yeah, save yourself the time and the pain that I've seen a lot of women go through. That's definitely definitely one of my big ones.
Thank
Yeah,
you
the
for
energy.
that.
Yeah.
Danielle says that the energy was incredibly dense this past week. So with astrology. So yeah, I was kind of feeling that too. So I'm glad that you shared
Yeah.
that little tidbit with us.
Yeah, and Danielle, I got I don't know if anybody else is on here has done mala beads, like the mala beads. I was not, they're prayer beads. I didn't know they were called that. I, didn't really wasn't aware. I was sent those this week. We did a little workshop on it. And obviously my color that I love is green. And so I was given the green beads. I didn't know this. Again, she looked at my birth chart and sent me green, and I was very happy about that. But I was so frustrated trying to make it that I had to stop because I couldn't tie the knots. Like, I could not get it made to save my life. So I just ended up not finishing it. So I am the perfectly imperfect mala bead person right now. I'm trying to accept the fact that they're not perfect. And yeah, they had mentioned that, yeah, just energy in general was very down this past week. And I think what lifts me up is being around other women. So I'm glad this timing was today, Carmen, because we didn't have a Monday call with our group this week. And I think that really threw me off. We have a call tomorrow instead, and that's throws my whole system off, and I don't see my ladies like on a weekly basis. So it definitely, that made a difference too. But
And
you guys,
thank you for sharing that. And I want everybody later this weekend or next week just to hop onto Kristen's Instagram. It is just a plethora of great information. Her pictures are wonderful. And again, when you look at that, she just looks so put together. But then she just shared, you know what I mean? Like, this week has been shit. Like, I've been feeling like crap and I haven't actually been taking care of myself. I'm trying, I want to, you know what I mean? Like, we all go through these things. And so I just want to remind everybody like that we're more the same than we are different. And we don't need to be putting people up on pedestals. We have all the same fears. We've been through all different things. We might just be at a different level of our journey, right? And that's what this is all about. So I appreciate you sharing openly and honestly about
yeah,
that.
I
That
always
means a
tell
lot.
people this is all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's fake lashes. It's like curling my hair when I haven't washed it in 5 days. It's all smoke and mirrors. And you learn that in the television business because you have to always be on and presenting. And again, I can cover it up very well when I'm not feeling great. And you can always dress better to make yourself feel better, right? So why not? I mean, on the days you really feel like crap, like, why not make yourself feel better? Like, get dressed up, go to lunch, like, do something for yourself. Because that honestly, when I feel pretty crappy, is one of the things that gets me through, is when I'll be like, okay, I'm going to adult today. I'm going to put on clothes. I'm going to put on some makeup, and, I'm going to show up for myself. And it's hard. It's hard to do every day. You get tired. But yeah, we all, again, there's more commonality between everyone in this world than we ever will know. And there's always something you can find in common with someone else. And that's what I usually do on social media. I find something I have in common with somebody, whether it's the state we grew up in, or we love dogs, or, find something to talk about. We all have something in common. So we're all the same. I don't have a hierarchy. I don't believe in anybody's better than anybody else at anything. I wasn't raised that way. So everybody's the same. And yeah, hi, my dog's waking up now too. So
Well, thank you so much for being here. Did anybody have any questions?
and y'all
Thank you,
can reach out
Lisa.
at any time. Yep. Anytime you have a question about media, even in your local
Mhm.
area, like message me, tell me what city you live in. I may know somebody, you know, that can help you out. So I am the connector. I love connecting people to people. So yeah, go ahead and say hi, please.
And she is wonderful at that. So take her up on it. Do it, do it, do it. Even if you feel the fear, that means you need to go for it and you need to ask her. So this will be one of those first steps, like I talked about at the beginning. I want you to take action after this on something. And maybe it's just sending a DM to Kristen. Maybe that's what your thing is.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
thank you so much. Oh, one more question on if you wanted to talk about funnels. Do you use any funnels at all?
Okay, so we have funnels, very, very simplistic ones. I don't think they're needed for your business at all. I think, again, that's something that you don't have to spend money on. I think that creating 3 offers is better than a funnel in essence. You know, I do think you grow into a funnel. You guys are all getting this social, you know, you're getting the email checklist. That just means you're in our system. So you're going to get 3 emails after that that we already have. That's technically a funnel. You know, funnels are different for everybody. So I don't think that they all work. There's not a formula, like there's not an exact formula that's going to work for each one of you the same way. And it depends on your customers. I like to just email organically when I feel like there's something that we are offering that people will like. So when it comes to funnel creation, I would honestly just take your 3 offers, always have 3. You always need low, you always need middle, you always need high, whatever it may be, because people are going to choose the middle one more. That's psychologically, we're programmed to choose the best value. So the best value is usually in the middle. But the people who, you know, you should have a freebie or some kind of opt-in to at least start your email list. And your email list is your funnel. Technically, you can take that email list and funnel out anytime, any information. So don't overcomplicate it. Just come up with your 3 offers first, start building your email list with a freebie, and that's all you need to worry about right now. When it comes to the big funnel stuff, I mean, that's where automation comes in, and you have to understand how to use your email system or your CRM to do that. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself freaking crazy trying to keep track of stuff. So don't move to that step until you actually are ready for it.
Great advice. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. And thank you for sharing all of your knowledge and sharing vulnerably and authentically. And that is why I love you. So I appreciate you being here. So up next, we have an actual energizing breathwork session that you can watch. And then just a real quick, like 10-minute wrap up with me of the day where I'm just going to tie it all together and an exclusive little announcement, an invitation for you all. So a few minutes of a break, hit your breath work, and I will see you in about 15 minutes or so.
All right. Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thanks, Kristen.